Star Wars The Acolyte Episode 7, titled Choice, gives a second viewpoint to the events on Brendok of Episode 3, this time that of the Jedi. And yet again, a theme's true intention has been revealed, and I was surprised but also impressed by the way Michael Abels set the music for this mirror and juxtaposition to Episode 3. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
The music in this episode begins with the playing of crystal, which is literally a crystal glass with water in it that is played by the performer rubbing their finger around the rim, creating a vibration. This sound gives us the feeling of something ethereal right away. Abels is bringing us back to Brendok the same way that he did in Episode 3. He knows that we know better by now and that we're looking for answers in the darkness. The horn comes in next with a theme that I admittedly am not sure how to assign yet. If any of you have thoughts on this, let me know, and it's not nothing because it comes back again as they continue to search the planet of Brendok for the source of the Virgins. And I'm really curious to see if the Acolyte will explore the concept of the Virgins further at some point. If you know where else in the show this may have appeared, let me know. The descending half step after the ascending perfect fourth gives a feeling of something that twists and becomes manipulated, but that begins with a pure source. Perhaps even this is the theme of the Virgins.
My Padawan is too distracted to appreciate this. My Padawan is too distracted to appreciate this.
As Sol travels through the woods on his speeder, the energetic music reflects the journey, but as he stumbles upon the tree, which I believe represents the light side of the Force to balance with the dark side pit that we see later, the music calms. A high, eerie bassoon gives way to strings and harp like a mystic veil being lifted. The harp plays an interesting motif as Sol remains concealed, and this is another interesting move on the part of Abels. See, this is the same motif that we hear in Episode 3 when Mother Coral hears Sol sneaking in the shadows, and also when Sol senses Chimere in Episode 4 hiding in the jungle. This time though, it's represented in the harp and in major to feel less threatening, but this motif can be attributed to sneaking or hiding throughout this show. It intertwines itself with variations of May's theme as well, as Sol witnesses May use the Force. The same sneaking motif continues as Sol follows the girls back to the Coven. It becomes darker now though as it moves to minor and begins to become twisted as Sol's pursuit becomes more and more clouded into an obsession. As the Jedi break into the Coven, variations of May's theme enter, but it also almost sounded like a Palpatine theme for a moment as it lurks, with half steps in the basses.
I'm going in alone.
Master.
But as they approach the witches, gongs and drones enter to represent a peacefulness to the witches at this point, attempting to not show hostility to the Jedi at first. The same theme that played during this scene in Episode 3 returns again. This is one of the few times where the music is actually the same from Episode 3, as this is a moment when everyone saw and experienced the exact same thing. There are no different points of view for this scene. But those drones turn more threatening as Mother Anastasia gets into Torben's head, twisting his thoughts, and just as in Episode 3, a quick build-up in the music signifies Anastasia releasing Torben from her grasp. As we see Torben meditating later, dark drones accompany, and I wonder if Abels wants us to believe that Torben wasn't fully released. Perhaps a dark side presence is still hanging over him, leading to what he does later. As Sol and Indara continue testing Osha, her theme appears for the first time in this episode. And personally, this pause for everyone felt a little too long and awkward. Is Sol just staring at Osha here? After this though, short variations of May's theme enter, but clearly this theme no longer represents May. It represents darkness within the show and unclear paths forward. The music builds as Torben takes off after the girls. As Anastasia holds Osha, a variation of the Coven theme finally enters, but even here it's slight and reverses the direction of the fourth note. But at least we hear the Coven theme somewhere in this episode. I was admittedly surprised that we didn't hear it from the very beginning, but clearly, this episode was more about the Jedi and meant to be darker. Here, Abels offers us a brief moment of light though in that darkness. May's theme returns along with her drums as we see her lock Osha in the room. It's the same way we hear the music portrayed every time May killed or attempted to kill a Jedi. It returns again as she burns Osha's book and accidentally begins a larger fire. And whatever is in these lanterns is a powerful oil because everything burns quickly, moving quickly into the electrical panel as well. The theme though is beginning to twist into Kylo's, and we see a similarity between May and Kylo as both were manipulated to destroy their home and everything in it in a fit of rage, and in a moment where the Jedi fail to uphold their own values. The biggest difference between May's theme and Kylo Ren's theme though is the rhythmic entrance. May's theme begins on a downbeat while Kylo's theme begins on the second beat of the measure. It's been the key difference that I've now been listening for as the show continues to help delineate when it's shifting to this apparent foreshadowing. But you'll also see later in this episode that there are clear interval relationships to each theme as well. As Anastasia speaks to Sol, the same theme that played the first time that the Jedi entered the Coven during episode 3 returns yet again. At this point, I don't know what it represents though, but maybe something to do with confrontation. What do you all think?
Someday, those noble intentions you all have will destroy every Jedi in the galaxy.
As Sol stabs Mother Anastasia, May's theme enters, and I know that it sounds like Kylo's here again, and maybe that connection is still forthcoming, but right now, it's also May's theme, but missing the fourth note. The chanting and singing surrounds the moment, but Abels also brings in the oboe to play the theme of profound loss along with everything as May watches her mother die at the hands of the Jedi.
It's what she wants. She chose you.
As Osha flees the fire, the Coven theme becomes chaotic, just like the growing inferno. Mother Curl takes half the Coven and flees, which I'm sure will be key later on. Meanwhile, the other half of the Coven take over Kalnaka's mind and force him to attack. The chanting of their witchcraft is reflected in the music. As the battle ensues, the low strings play quickly and heavily, reflecting the giant's quick and fierce movements. And here, we undoubtedly hear Kylo Ren's theme as Torben is thrown to the ground. The descending tritone is actually not a natural part of May's theme, and it quickly identifies this as Ren's. And yet again, I'm left curious what this connection will ultimately be, because before we were hearing it in the presence of Chimere, but not here. I know the creators have said that this was intentional, so what do you think the connection will be? As May tells Osha that her mother is dead, the theme of profound loss enters again.
Dead. What have you done?
And as Sol grabs Osha, the sneaky motif begins to play again as he steps out to the shadows to save Osha, while also being the cause of so much pain. As the Jedi discuss what they will say to the Council, Abels brings in the theme of profound loss at the same time as the Coven's theme, reflecting the true magnitude of this tragedy.
Before you throw yourself at the mercy of the Council, ask yourself why you made this choice.
The Coven theme comes through next in a solo cello as Osha is presumably the only survivor. Now, let's talk about the end credit music for a moment. Abels decided to create a pop song for the end credits, and to be honest, this was startling to me. This took me out of the feeling of Star Wars and the setting that Abels has been working so hard at for 7 episodes. And the lyrics are also a little cheesy, though I do like the production elements of it. And I assume this is supposed to be from the point of view of May, but I don't get it. I really couldn't get into this at the end of a Star Wars show. This whole Power of Two singing has continually been the lowest point of this show for me, and it's really taken me out of the Star Wars experience both times. Here, and when the music sings with the Coven in episode 3. But I absolutely would love to know what all of you think. What do you think of this end credit music for episode 7? Did it shock you as well? What did you think of this episode? How do you think the events will unfold in the final episode? Do you think Osha will learn about what happened and turn on Sol and the Jedi? And what do you think about the Vergence concept being used here and its implications? What do you think the Power of Two actually is? What do you think the connection to Kylo Ren's theme will ultimately lead to? Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.